So everything is connected to everything else. Leonardo da Vinci. Painting is just another way of keeping a diary. Pablo Picasso. And we do with space what is not normally used for art. Cristo. So this lesson plan that I'm doing for you guys today is kind of a collision of history and art. And so I want to ask you guys some questions before I start going through the slides, and I want to see if you could give me a show of hands. If you're familiar with the names I'm going to give you guys. You guys have heard of Tamian Station? Does anybody take the light rail? No? How about Ohlone Station? Nope.
None of you? Really? Okay.
Okay. How about Guadalupe Creek? A couple of you? Who's heard of Isaac Branham? Nope. How about Branham? You've heard of Isaac Branham? Okay. How about Branham Lane? How about Branham High School? Okay.
Now, there we go.
All right. How about Carrie Lyons? Oh, come on. There should be more hands than that. Because that's your teacher. Okay. Well, keep those names in mind. These are a few pictures of some murals that are throughout San Jose. Some of them are at the Mexican Heritage Museum. And then also the middle picture that you guys see down at the bottom, the black and white, is a picture of the original Mission San Jose. So along the Guadalupe River, the Mexican and Spanish settlers set up El Pueblo, which is the town, and the missions on either side of the creek. And so that was kind of before we had any American settlers. So basically San Jose and our whole area, it was Native Americans originally, and then Spanish and Mexican settlers. And we were actually owned, governed by Mexico. So I don't know if you guys knew that until 1850.
Wow.
Yeah. And then in 1850, we got statehood, which means we became part of the United States. And did you guys know that San Jose was actually the original capital before Sacramento?
Wow.
No. So pretty interesting, right? Because you guys don't probably always think about like where street names come from, where high school names come from, junior high school names come from, but they all come from somewhere. So this is the D. Greenwald. That's actually the name of the house that you guys just saw. That was this whole big area that's now Bass Pro Shopping Center.
Oh.
That used to all be a farm, and that was the house that was on that land right there. This land right here was owned by Isaac Branham. This is now Branham Lane, named after him. And this land over here was owned, another farm, because we were almost all farms back then, D.H. Lee. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
What does it sound like? Lee High School, yeah. This here is one of the original schools back in the early 1900s, Cambrian School. Does that sound familiar? Do you guys know what school district you're in?
Yeah.
I want to just get you guys thinking about what was here before we were all here, right? Before we had downtown and shopping centers and houses and condos. Like there was all parcels of land that were divided up, and it was mostly farms and orchards. What's going on in this picture? What do you guys see?
It's like flowers are there's
Yeah. Anybody else? And does this look like a photograph? Does it look like a painting? What does it look like? Hmm?
surreal painting.
A surreal painting, yeah. This is actually a painting of what our area used to look like back in the early 1800s. We were actually known as Valley of the Heart's Delight. And what do you guys, what do you see that's going on in this picture? Yes? Orchards, yeah. So this is a mural that somebody painted, and it's on the side of an art gallery called Anno Domini, and it's downtown in the Sofa District in San Jose. But when it was called Valley of the Heart's Delight, Santa Clara County actually provided 25% of the world's trade in produce, right? The world, 25%. That's a lot for our little area. Why do you guys think that our city or people allow artists to come out and paint these huge pieces of art on the side of buildings and on utility boxes and all this kind of stuff.
Because if they don't do it, it looks ugly.
Yeah, that's one reason. That could be one reason.
To show the beauty and pride of San Jose.
Yeah. But we want to be able to be proud and knowledgeable and have awareness of like where we came from and who and what make up our community, right? It's exciting too if any of you guys want to be artists and want to actually show some art and show what inspires you and actually put it out there for the public to see.
My name's Kimberly or Kimmy. I'm 13, and I wanted mine to pay homage to San Jose's cultural diversity and how we have a lot of different cultures. So you have the Native Americans, Mexicans, Latinas, and Chinese, and other parts of Asia, and the digital culture that's just now coming about. My artwork, I kind of wanted to pay homage to San Jose's orchards, and then also pay homage to how that San Jose is now becoming a more and more digitalized city.
My name is Sean and I'm 12 years old, and I wanted my picture to reflect on different cultures as well and our diversity of different skin colors and nationalities that we're stay together.
I think so for my piece, it really like brings in what San Jose used to be mostly just orchards and farms, and then also our new, more recent history of technology, and then really putting that into a piece of art that can it's simple, but it can really be powerful. For mine, I think it kind of like chronicles the history of San Jose as well, starting with the Native Americans who lived here way before any of us did, and then being owned by Mexico and having that influence with the missions and stuff, and then with the Chinese immigrants that came here and really like all about like business and stuff, and then the digital age that's really kind of making us a very wealthy city. Yeah, I think so because a lot of art, especially nowadays, they really like show, like especially street art or something. They show what's happening in the world right now, and it could really change someone. Like, it's really powerful. I think another really important thing about art classes is that it kind of teaches you how to put your emotions and like what you're feeling and what you're seeing in the world into like a visualization, so that you don't just like keep it pent up inside. You learn how to like express your feelings.
Like public art, it can definitely express like feelings and stuff, but also it can, since some people don't really know what's going on around the world because they're too attached to what they're doing on their daily lives, and I feel like it can definitely show history, and it can kind of like educate people on what happened earlier, and also it can inspire them to do other things. I would definitely, because if my art did go up on the mural, then I would want to see it, and I could say like, wow, I was the one who thought of it, and also that I was the one who contributed on painting the whole thing.